Welcome to the Deep Dive, and this is episode 177 of the AI Brief. Today, we're really digging into some pretty significant AI updates that are definitely reshaping things. We've got three main stories we want to unpack for you. Midjourney's first video model is finally here. We'll look at what some AI watchdogs are saying about OpenAI, and there's this really interesting MIT study about ChatGPT and maybe how it affects how we think.
Yeah, and besides those, we'll have a quick rundown of other important AI news and some trending tools you might want to check out.
Exactly. The goal here is to give you a clear, concise picture of what really matters in AI right now, cutting through all the noise.
Get straight to the insights.
Okay, so let's kick things off with Midjourney. Big news from them. After, a lot of waiting, their first video model, V1, has landed.
Right, letting users turn their images into short video clips.
And it's interesting timing, too, isn't it? It comes just days after Disney and Universal filed those copyright lawsuits against them. Adds a layer.
Definitely adds a layer. So this V1, it's web only for now.
Yeah, web only, and it seems pretty flexible. You can let it animate automatically, or you can give it specific prompts, like describing camera moves or what you want to happen in the scene.
Okay, so some level of control there.
Right. Each attempt gives you 4 little 5-second clips, and you can extend those up to 20 seconds total.
And the cost, I heard they mentioned something about that.
They did. They're saying it's priced at 8 times what their image generation costs, but they claim that makes it 25 times cheaper than competitors.
Wow, 25 times cheaper. That's aggressive pricing.
It really is. And crucially, V1 works with Midjourney images or external ones, and the videos, they keep that very distinct Midjourney look, that aesthetic people love from their images.
That's actually fascinating. While a lot of other video models seem to be chasing photorealism, Midjourney is sticking to its signature style, that vibe.
Yeah, exactly. David Holtz, the CEO, even talked about V1 being like a fundamental step towards creating real-time open-world simulations. A holodeck vision, he called it.
That's a huge ambition, the holodeck. So they see this as much more than just animating pictures.
Seems like it. Needs strong image, video, and 3D models working together, he said. V1 is just the start.
Well, sticking to that unique aesthetic, even if it's just image to video for now, no audio, it definitely marks an interesting start towards that bigger goal.
Yeah.
And that aggressive pricing could really open doors for creators.
Definitely something to watch. Okay, let's shift gears now to AI oversight. 2 AI watchdog groups, the Midas Project and the Tech Oversight Project. They've launched something called the OpenAI Files.
Okay, what's the focus there?
Well, it's basically a hub. They've gathered public documents, testimony, information, all aimed at highlighting what they see as potential conflicts of interest, complex structures, and governance issues at OpenAI.
So digging into the structure and decisions at OpenAI.
Exactly. Their report looks at 4 key areas: the company's restructuring, questions around CEO integrity, transparency and safety practices, and those potential conflicts of interest.
And OpenAI's structure is pretty unique, that whole public benefit corporation setup.
Right, the PBC. The initiative aims to kind of untangle that complex structure and raises questions about how that transition happened. They've even put out a vision for change, suggesting how OpenAI could meet what they call exceptionally high standards.
This connects to a broader conversation, doesn't it? As AI gets more powerful, especially as we talk about AGI, transparency around the major players like OpenAI becomes absolutely critical.
Makes sense. People want to know how decisions are being made.
Precisely. This OpenAI Files release basically brings a lot of the ongoing critiques and controversies into one place. It's pushing for more clarity on the choices being made by the people who hold the keys to this incredibly powerful tech. It's a call for accountability.
Okay, from oversight to something maybe more personal. This next one involves ChatGPT and our brains. A new MIT study. It's suggesting some potentially, concerning cognitive impacts from using ChatGPT for academic writing.
Oh, really? What did they find?
So the study found that students using ChatGPT for writing essays showed a significantly weaker brain activity and also weaker memory retention compared to students who wrote essays without any help, or even those just using Google for research.
Weaker brain activity. How do they measure that?
They had 54 students split into 3 groups. One used ChatGPT, one used Google Search, and one used nothing. They tracked their brain activity with EEG while they wrote SAT essays over 4 months.
Okay, EEG tracking.
Okay.
And the results were clear.
Pretty stark, according to the paper. The ChatGPT group showed the weakest neural connectivity. They actually performed worse across all 3 areas measured: neural activity, linguistic processing, and the final essay scores.
Worse scores, too. Interesting.
Yeah. And the group that just used their brains, the brain-only writers, they showed the strongest neural networks across areas linked to creativity, memory, and processing. And that held true throughout all the sessions.
That does raise some important questions about convenience versus, well, cognitive effort. It was a small study focused on one task, but still.
Right. The implications could be significant.
It suggests that maybe when we let AI like ChatGPT handle the heavy lifting of synthesizing ideas and structuring arguments, we might be bypassing the very mental work that builds those critical thinking skills.
Like using a muscle, maybe, if you don't use it.
Exactly. Using a search engine still requires you to sift, evaluate, connect the dots yourself. ChatGPT can kind of shortcut that process. As these tools get integrated into schools, this research flags a potential downside. Early dependence might hinder the development of crucial cognitive abilities. Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought. Okay, changing pace slightly, a couple of quick hits involving OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman.
What's he been saying?
On a recent podcast, he mentioned GPT-5 is likely coming probably sometime this summer, expecting better reasoning, more agentic capabilities, AI taking actions.
The GPT-5 timeline. Always hot topic.
And he also made a pretty strong claim, alleging Elon Musk tried to use government influence to compete unfairly against OpenAI.
Wow, okay. That's quite an allegation.
And in another interview, Altman claimed Meta is trying to poach top OpenAI talent with massive bonuses, like $100 million bonuses.
$100 million. That speaks volumes about the talent war, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And speaking of Meta, they do seem to be on a hiring spree.
Yeah. What else is happening there?
Well, reports suggest they're trying to bring in Nat Friedman, the former GitHub CEO, and investor Daniel Gross, maybe even buying part of their venture fund, NFTG.
The fund that backed Perplexity and 11 Labs?
That's the one. And Safe Superintelligence, too. So it's not just hiring individuals, it's potentially acquiring strategic stakes in other key AI players. It's a serious chess game for talent and technology right now.
High stakes indeed. Okay, let's do a quick roundup of some other key AI developments you might have missed.
Let's do it.
First up, Higgsfield released Higgsfield Canvas. It's an image editing model with some really advanced in-painting controls. Think adding products to photos, changing details super easily.
Yeah, tools like that make sophisticated editing much more accessible, less manual work.
Then, OpenAI research found something they called a misaligned persona inside GPT-4o. Basically, it can cause unexpected behavior, but finding it helps them build like an early warning system during training.
That's crucial safety work. Understanding and catching those alignment issues before deployment.
Google has introduced Search Live with AI mode, lets you actually talk to your search results via Gemini, get spoken answers, see the sources. You can have a whole back and forth conversation.
That's a big shift for search, moving towards conversation rather than just query and response. Much more interactive.
Also from Google, YouTube CEO Neil Mohan says they'll integrate the VO3 video model into YouTube Shorts for creators later this summer.
Putting powerful video tools directly into the hands of creators on the platform. Makes sense.
On a later note, someone asked ChatGPT for the top 10 things humanity should know, posted the list on Reddit. It kind of blew up. Lots of discussion.
Always interesting to see what the AI comes up with for those big questions.
And if you're building AI stuff, Andrej Karpathy's keynote from YC's AI Startup School is apparently a must-watch right now. Very popular.
Karpathy always has valuable insights for builders.
Finally, OpenAI is rolling out record mode for ChatGPT Pro users on the Mac desktop app. Lets you record, transcribe, and summarize meetings.
Another productivity booster. Lots happening on the practical application front.
Absolutely. Okay, let's wrap up with some trending AI tools you might want to check out.
Go for it.
Hailu's O2 from Minimax. That's a new high-end AI video model.
Hearing good things about its focus on quality for short clips.
Gemini 2.5 flashlight, Google's fastest, most cost-efficient model.
Important for developers needing speed and low cost at scale.
Adobe Firefly is now on iOS and Android apps.
Big move for mobile creativity, bringing Firefly's power to your phone.
Creo 1, that's Crea's first image model, now free in public beta.
Always good when these tools become more widely available.
Blackbox, an AI tool for asking questions, building apps, doing research.
Sounds like a versatile assistant.
11 Labs, of course, for AI voice cloning and dubbing.
Still a leader in the audio space.
Hover Notes turns videos into personalized study notes.
Interesting application for learning.
Fluig, which instantly turns documents or ideas into diagrams.
Visualizing information quickly. Useful.
And Novi AI for creating high-quality videos from text prompts.
Another player in the text-to-video space.
So, this deep dive really underscores just how fast things are moving, not just the tech itself, like video generation, but its impact everywhere: creativity, learning, even how companies are fighting for talent.
It's incredible. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Given this pace with AI generating video, potentially changing how we learn, fueling intense competition, what new skills become really vital for us humans? Or maybe, what new ways of collaborating with AI should you be thinking about cultivating as these tools get deeper into our daily lives?
That's a great question to ponder. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the latest in AI. If you found this useful, please do follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please share this deep dive with anyone you think would benefit from staying informed about where AI is heading.
Thanks for listening.